All right, it's a Saturday, but that does not mean you should be out playing in the park, especially in the weather we have during Christmas. You should be inside, nice and toasty, either playing some games on your handheld, your console, or your mobile and tablet devices, because we're talking about iOS and Android today. We've got Lee in the studio, who has perhaps played more mobile games this year than he's eaten hot dinners, and I don't think that's an exaggeration.
No, it's not.
No, it really isn't. Lee, can you sort of walk us through where iOS and where's mobile gaming at the moment?
I think if you look at it 2 years ago, it was just, you know, sort of a pick up and play for like a minute games, and they weren't that great. You're getting really close to console gaming now. You've got developers doing stuff like porting Bastion to this format, and everything, you know, it seems to move to a point where, to me, this feels just like, you know, having any other portable console. So I think we've gotten quite far in a short amount of time. It's a bit crazy, really.
Now, we have, over previous specials, been talking about like top 3 games, but given the wealth of titles out there, you've chosen a bit more.
Yes, I chose 6 games, basically to cover a lot of different genres. And I think the first one I'm going to mention is Hunters 2. I have shown it to you, and tried to convince you to get sucked into it. One day. Yes. It's an amazing game. It's a strategy game, and it feels a lot like XCOM. And you know, basically, when it gets high praise from the original creator of XCOM, that it works. You've got these sort of space marines fighting off to earn money. They're mercenaries, and you've got a mix of, you've got the normal campaign, which is really amazing. And then you've got daily sort of random missions. And you earn up stuff, you know, like, of course you get money and loot. So you can improve your team, and you can even name them and do all kind of nerdy things.
All the stuff people expect from XCOM as well, yeah.
And you will get sucked into this, and I've clocked in about 130 hours on that game, yes. And I've got everything I need in the game, and I keep playing it. It's just fun. It's one of the best touch-based strategy games on the format. It's only out on iOS, so nothing for Android phones there.
What else have we got then? Okay, that's one down.
Then we've got Modern Combat 4 0 Hour. And that's out on Android and iOS, and that's Gameloft's sort of clone of Call of Duty. Yes, and it is. There's no doubt. Even this time, they're sort of taking it a bit into the future, and you've got drones and stuff like that. Sound familiar?
Ringing a bell in the back of my head. Yeah. But the thing of Gameloft, they've really polished these games as they went along, so this stuff's top tier quality now. The
single player is still the usual. I mean, it's just so it's so generic. It's some green beret is going to do some terror things around the world, and guess what? The president has been kidnapped.
Wow.
Crazy stuff, you know. Forget about the single player. It's good and it's decent, and actually both your comrades and your enemies show a bit more intelligence than they have ever done before. But the multiplayer is where it's at.
Nice.
And it's brilliant this time, and you've got I think you've got 20,000 combinations on your weapons and your loadout, and the menus have really been reworked. And of course you've got all the usual stuff, capture the flag and deathmatch and everything you would want from an online shooter, and perks, of course. And it just works
perfectly.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
That's amazing.
Now I'm going to interject here, because whilst it is not a brand new title, I'm talking about Sega's arcade output.
Hey.
Crazy Taxi. Thank you very much indeed. Great segue. As we're seeing Sega's like sort of 16-bit era reappear on iOS over the last few years, which I haven't really got on well with. Crazy Taxi, saw download it because I'm a huge fan, but I was very skeptical about how this would work out, and I am amazed at how good this is. Now, I will clarify, the iPhone version of it is god-awful. Frame rate is all over the place, but doing on iPad, I find as being immaculate.
They just improved a bit on the iPhone version. And they've included, they're actually using the widescreen display now and stuff like that.
Well, that's good. All right, maybe I'll recheck it.
So it's gotten better.
It's gotten better, excellent. But that's I think it's finally found its right home. You know what I mean? This is a game that's built for like 2-3 minute plays.
Yes.
And it's got everything that you saw on the original Dreamcast port with the 2 different cities, the 4 drivers, and obviously off leaderboards and everything like that.
And the crazy challenges.
Oh, the crazy challenges as well, Crazy Box, which is absolutely phenomenal too. But it's one of those games that just try it out and you will be looking at it on your iPad going, I cannot believe this. Like, I remember in Dreamcast, had the GRTV, had the Dreamcast, had the controller, and now I've got on a tiny little tablet. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Another one.
Rayman Jungle Run. I think we need to mention that simply because Ubisoft did an outstanding job on this one. They basically took all the assets from Rayman Origins and turned it into a simple 1 button, or later on 2 buttons, but 1 button endless runner. And it just works. I mean, you sit there and you push that 1 button to get Rayman to jump, and you use the environment. And you just end up sitting there shouting at your iPad, going like, "Okay, I'm going to." Why did you die?
This is an incredibly tough game.
Yes,
it really is.
Yeah,
platforming skill. I mean, you can clock through the stuff the levels fairly easy, but doing all the collectibles and everything like that, tough game. Okay,
yes. I love that, and the colors look so great on that screen. So yes,
we're down to the last few. Go on, hit me with it.
War games.
War games. Tell us about war games. Why should people download it?
Do you remember the movie? If you do, pick up the game. It's about this, gigantic defense machine that turns evil. Yeah.
Well, easiest sell of a game ever. Yes. Here's the storyline. It's an evil machine. Fight it. Full stop.
Basically, this one they've turned it into a puzzler. In the way that you sort of draw a line, to collect the same colors, and then you upgrade and you send missiles towards your enemy, and basically try to make sure the world doesn't end. And it's got all the characters from the original movie, and it's got a great story, but it's just so damn addictive, and it's one of the best puzzlers there is.
Cool, excellent.
And it's got some excellent chip-tune music.
Okay, and so finally to round off, I have to mention Walking Dead. Now, we've covered this on the site, we've done reviews separately as well, but it's something that I have played through all 5 episodes on the iPad and absolutely loved. I think it's the perfect home for it because it operates like an interactive comic book.
Yes.
Where your decisions influence the story, as you've seen in the likes of Mass Effect and everything like that. But this is horrendous. This is 18-rated entertainment. Basically, it may look cartoonish, telltale. You've seen him do Wallace and Gromit, Sam and Max. Horrendous, horrific, misery, depression. You'll pack all this in 5 episodes, but it is one of those games you have to see and have to play for yourself before anybody spoils it. So I fully urge you, recommend to download that.
And unlike Jurassic Park and the other games from the same developer, it doesn't have any slowdown or
smooth as
problems.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all we've got time for. Lee, thank you very much indeed for walking us through it. We're on to today's Indie Darling and Emily with today's competition.
One of the many indie games that I really enjoyed this year was Torchlight II, which was pretty much the Diablo 2 that Diablo 3 itself wasn't. That means, of course, a lot of dungeon crawling, looting, smashing monsters, leveling up, but also infused with the sort of a charm that apparently runic games are the only ones that can provide nowadays. It was magnificent in single player, had a fantastic endgame, and was even better in multiplayer, and that is why I'm choosing Torchlight 2.
If you want to win Sleepwalker's Journey on iOS, you need to answer this question. What is the name of the character you guide through Sleepwalker's journey? Write the answer in the subject line and send it in an email to xmas@gamereactor.eu before 12 noon tomorrow, Central European Time.